Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ramna, and if you're new here, then welcome. On this channel I talk about books and self-development, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about waiting on Allah's timing. So in this video I'm going to include some of my own reflections and some advices I would give to anybody who's waiting for something or has been making dua for something but it hasn't come yet. This whole video is to encourage you and to keep you hopeful that whatever you're asking Allah, that He will definitely give to you or give you something better, and that He also hears you. Waiting on Allah's timing with whatever you are praying for can really be challenging. I mean, it includes patience, it includes, trusting in Him and keeping Him at the forefront of your mind. So in this video, I'm just going to be going over again my own reflections and some advices I'll give to anyone who's waiting on His timing. So in this portion of the video, I'm going to be talking about waiting on Allah's timing and my own reflections on it. And in the next portion, I'm going to be talking about some of the advices I have for if you're waiting for a certain dua to be answered or a certain prayer to be answered. That will all be in the advice part of the video. So to start off this chat, I first need to mention the most infectious thing that we have today, and that is instant gratification. And if you don't know what instant gratification is, it's basically getting things on demand right away without having to really wait for them. And I think that you can definitely think of a number of things in today's world that instantly provide us with this gratification. It doesn't matter, again, whether you're an influencer or not, whether you're into technology or not, no one can deny that today, compared to probably, maybe 10 or 20 years ago, a lot of things are faster and quicker and much more easier to get. The way, I guess, technology has taken over has made us less patient because we can get things more quickly, even in terms of going back to the whole social media thing, right? Likes instantaneously. If you put up a post, people automatically like it. If there's a video out there, people watch it. People, on their videos get views, or people on their posts, if it's, Instagram or Tumblr, Reddit, whatever, it instantly gets views and people instantly see it, read it, comment on it. If there's a new game out there, people get it. If there's a new book, people get it. It's things like these are easily accessible, we can easily get, and going back to my example of clothing, food, furniture, heck, even to rent a house, you can easily do that too now. So all of these things we can easily do right away. If we want to do something, we can get it right away. But when it comes to devoting ourselves, right, and wanting things from Allah, right, that's a different thing, because it's not like a DoorDash. That doesn't happen, because when you're talking to Allah, it's more about having trust that He'll either give you what you want or give you something better, and being able to wait on it. But instant gratification with the things that we have now makes that a lot harder. That is impacting us and the way we're able to hold onto our patience and hold on to our trust to Allah. Everything around us operates in the way that we want to, but the way Allah works, He doesn't do what we want. He does what we need, and He knows what we need most. Adding on to this instant gratification, right, going back to the whole social media thing, another thing that I think can really dampen our patience and our trust in Allah when it comes to His timing is seeing other people's stories, or seeing exaggerated stories, because sometimes they're not even real, right? Of people getting success, right? Instantaneous success, right? Overnight success, which people love. People love these types of stories, somebody who's from the ground, struggling, whatnot, and then one day, boom, everything changes. It's blessing after blessing after blessing, success after success, and it's they get everything. Everyone loves that, and everyone wants that, right? And I think this is, again, another thing that just tears away at our patience and our trust in Allah, because we may see that and think, oh, that can happen to me. But when it doesn't, then it's you can get a little bit bitter and sour and think, well, why does it happen to this person but not me, And I mean, there's, again, you can probably think of a number of stories that of people who have started from the bottom, and one day their life changes, and it seems as though, their success just takes off and it goes on and on. But again, this can really warp our perception of how Allah works and how His timing works, because we think that we deserve the things that we want right away, or the things that we should want should come to us and they should just stay like that, right? But again, this is not how dua works. This is not how Allah works. So we have instant gratification, and we have, exaggerated stories, or even true stories, right, of people having overnight success and just being at the top for what seems like forever, right? But what we fail to realize is that regardless of whether people receive success right away and we are able to, get things right away, Allah knows what's best for us, and Allah knows what is good for us. Maybe something that we do want is better for us right now in this moment, right? He knows that. But maybe there might be something that we want right now in this moment that's not good for us, and He knows that. And that can be, again, a really hard concept to kind of take in, because sometimes we think, well, I really want this thing because X, Y, and Z, and it may be valid reasons, but Allah knows beyond your reasons why you can't have it right now. He knows why it's not important for you to have it right now, or it may be harmful for you to have it right now. And you don't even know that, because all you can think about is the good things. This is something that sometimes I used to fall into. It's you think that, oh, because I'm getting everything I want, then that means that like He must definitely love me, But when you don't get what you want, sometimes you may feel like, oh, well, Allah definitely doesn't love me because I'm not getting what I want. But getting what you want doesn't equate to His love for you. Another harmful mindset that can overtake a person's mind is thinking that getting something from Allah means that He loves you, and not getting something from Allah means He doesn't love you. And this is so completely wrong. And we may feel like, our patience, again, is running low, and we don't really trust, because it's like, well, I'm asking for this thing, but it's been years and I don't know if it's even going to happen, doubting in Him. These are all real things that can happen, and I think are definitely prevalent and really common now. One thing that has helped me change my mindset when it comes to this is remembering that Allah loves me, right? His love for me, the way it works, like, this is how it is, right? He loves you and He loves me so much, right? That even if we don't get what we want, He wants to give us something better. Like, we may be asking, and I've seen this quote so many times on like Instagram and Pinterest, but it's like, you may be asking for like a drop, right? You're like, I want this drop of water. I want just this one drop of water, but you're not getting it. But Allah instead wants to give you a whole ocean, He wants to give you a whole vast, big ocean. But all you keep asking for, or all you keep seeing, is that small drop of water, because you think that water is sufficient for you. You think that drop of water is meant for you, like it's going to improve you and make you feel better, but it's not it. And Allah knows it's not it for you. What He wants to give you is something so much better. So His love works in a way where it's like He's not giving you what you want, but He's giving you what you need and what is best for you. Like, what is best for you. He's not going to put something that not for you, not made for you, because it's not going to like match up with who you are, and He knows who you are. So He knows what to give you and what will best fit for you, better than you even know yourself. There's a verse in Surah Anbiya, and it's verse 21, where literally Allah says, humankind is made of haste. And haste basically means excessive speed or urgency of momentum in action. And again, that is literally like the form of human. Like, keeping that in mind, just like I've realized that, it's like, okay, when I want something, and I think I know when I'm really rushing to want something, when I feel like anxious, like when I start to feel really anxious about something, and either I'm making dua for it so much and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, starting to become a little bit obsessive over it, that's when I know I'm like, okay, I'm clearly the one going crazy and being in a rush, but Allah's not, because Allah knows when it's going to happen. Allah knows when it's the right time to put this thing into my life. I need to like calm down, So that is one thing I keep in mind, is that, when I start to feel anxious about something or start to become a little bit over obsessed, I need to like remind myself that no, it's you who is in a rush. Allah's not. Allah knows what is good for you. He knows what's supposed to happen to you and how things are supposed to work out, but it's just you who doesn't know. Like, you need to calm down. You may do it to Him, that's enough, And it's also, like I mentioned earlier, knowing that He loves me so much that He's not going to give me what I want, but what is better for me, what is good for me, and what will actually help me not only in this life, but also in the next life. Somebody who is struggling with waiting on Allah's timing, you're making dua for something, and you just really want it so badly, but you feel like your patience is running low or your trust is running low, then hopefully these 3 tips that I will provide can help you have more patience and develop more trust in Allah, and know that His timing is the right timing, and what He has planned for you is better for you than what you have planned for yourself. Look at your current state and look at the opportunities, right? So you're making dua for this one thing, right? It hasn't come yet. Well, instead of being so obsessed with it and being so sad that it isn't arrived or that it hasn't come into fruition, focus in your current state and think about what opportunities you have. And this includes both religious and non-religious opportunities. So let's say that you're like looking for a job, right? And you've been begging Allah for this job and you haven't received any like yeses from the jobs, any like approval of like, that you can work here and whatnot. But instead of focusing on you like not getting that particular job, what you could instead focus on is, well, what other areas in your life can you work on? Maybe you could work on reading Quran. Maybe you can work on your prayers. Maybe you could work on your knowledge of Islam. Or maybe you can work on a skill outside of the job that you want. So maybe you can work on your writing skills. Maybe you can work on your speaking skills. Maybe you can work on other skills that you can improve on, or any weaknesses that you have that could make you maybe a better candidate for the next job you apply to. Maybe you could start volunteering instead of like that, getting that particular job, or maybe apply to a completely different job, which will allow you to build different skills. And maybe some of those skills are skills that you have weaknesses in, so you can, strengthen them in that other job, and that job could help you get the job that you want, So it's looking at the opportunities that are currently in front of you and not being so obsessive over the thing that you like want and the thing that you don't have in your life. And I think another big example, especially for all the women out there, single women out there, marriage, right? Maybe like you're making dua for marriage and you're like, I want to get married so badly, right? But it just hasn't happened for you. It hasn't come yet. Well, instead of focusing on not being married and not having a spouse, what can you do in your current state, right? As a single woman? Well, you can increase your knowledge of Allah. You can increase your knowledge of the prophets. You can increase your knowledge on the women of Islam, in the history. So like the mothers of the believers. You can improve on, your like health, taking care of your body, working out, knowing what products to use, knowing what products work best for your hair and for your body. You can work on, your career, your finances. You can work on just being a better person, right? Journaling, going to therapy, taking walks, investing in different types of hobbies, many different sort of opportunities, and even heck blessings in where you are at right now. But it just is a matter of you shifting that focus into seeing in this moment, in this time, what can I do? What can I do that will help me right now? Even if it's not related to the thing that you've been making dua for, what can you do right now, religious or not religious, that will help you? Dua. My second tip is to make dua like a crazy person. So I mentioned earlier, right, that you want to shift your focus from the thing you're making dua from, right, and focus on other things, right? The way I see it is, outside of prayer, focus on what you have currently in your life and focus on that. But when it comes to the prayer mat, when it comes to actually praying, I mean, pray hard, like pray hard. And what I mean by this is, just be like as honest and open with Allah. Beg him, continuously beg him, because Allah loves it when we constantly ask him. Allah loves it when we constantly ask him for things, because that lets him know that we know that he's in control of it. He's the one who can give that thing to us. No one else can. Our family members can't. The biggest CEO in the world can't give it to us. Only Allah can. Don't just ask him one time and be like, okay, well, see, it wasn't answered. No, keep asking him, even if it takes like a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long it takes. But just keep asking him. Keep asking him as if you're about to get it like right now. Just keep asking. That I have for this video, the third tip, is to recognize the current gifts that you have within your life. There are many gifts that you may have that you're really taking granted for it and you don't even know it. You may be taking for granted that you have a bed, that you have a house, or you live in an apartment or a townhouse or whatever you live in. You may be not conscious or aware that you are able to get education, that you are able to, work, that you have an able body, or that you're able to hear, that you're able to eat and drink, you're able to go to a grocery store, you're able to buy food, you're able to provide, for whoever you need to provide for, or you have the ability to be able to think for yourself. You have the ability to be able to see, to read. I mean, there's so many blessings that you have right now that you may not be taking into account, but that you need to, because any of these blessings that we have right now can be taken away from Allah, and this even includes the families that we have, the friends that we have, just the faith, our own faith, belief in Allah. That is definitely something that is a huge gift, that we need to really take into account and not to take it for granted, because there's so many people who are either in the fold of Islam and leave it, or who get into it but then get persuaded out of it by other people, or there are people who just don't have as kind of a heart as maybe you do, So there's so many things right now that in your life you can be very grateful for, and that you can constantly show Allah gratitude for, constantly thank Him for. Thank you, Allah, for today. Thank you, Allah, for allowing me to live today, to be able to see today, to be able to eat today, to be able to talk to my family members, to be able to, work how I need to work, to be able to get money, to be able to sleep, to be able to get up and walk. There's so much that you can be grateful for. The little things. Definitely show gratitude for the little things in your life to Allah, because these little things to you may be huge things to other people, and other people may be really just begging Allah and dua for, even if you think, well, I have like literally nothing. I'm telling you, like, let me tell you something. Even if you think yourself, I literally have nothing that somebody would want, like, in my life, trust me, I've had the same thought. And let me tell you something. There is. I had to like adjust the camera and whatnot, so if the angle looks like I changed it a bit, I changed it. But yeah, I wanted to point out that even if you think that you have nothing in your life that somebody else will look at and be like, man, I want that, trust me, it's always like, it may not always be the material things, and I think I've been talking a lot about the material things, but sometimes it can even be the spiritual things. Maybe you're a different type of person. Maybe you're the type of person to help other people, or maybe you're the type of person that doesn't entertain really drama or anything and you keep to yourself, or maybe you're the type of person to really be out there and be friendly to other people. Trust me, there are other things that people are asking Allah for that's not always the physical, and it may be something that is like spiritual or something that is of character that you may already inherently have, but you don't even think about. So keep that in mind too as well. Like, there are definitely different types of blessings, and it's not all in material. It's not all in just being married or having a job or getting money or going to school. It's not in these material things. Sometimes it can just be in your own spirit, in your own character of how you are, your own energy. That in itself can be a blessing. Trust me, that in itself can be a blessing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any other tips on how to be patient in Allah's timing and have trusted Him, then please write them in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. We need definitely to inspire each other and help each other out. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.